Hello and welcome to Strong and Curious. Today is the start of the new segment, Curious About Culture. Since I'm here in Seoul, we're going to kick off the segment with South Korea. In this episode, we talked about Korean beauty standards, work ethic, names, interesting birthday and wedding traditions, as well as the very intense military service here in Korea. Enjoy. As an introduction, first a few facts about Korea. Korea is a country located in East Asia known for its unique blend of traditional and modern culture. Korean culture is heavily influenced by Confucianism, which emphasizes respect for elders, education, and social harmony. South Korea is the world's largest consumer of instant noodles. Korea is home to the world-famous K-pop music industry, which has become increasingly popular around the world in recent years. Korea is the birthplace of the famous Korean martial art Taekwondo, which is recognized as an Olympic sport and has millions of practitioners around the world. Korea is known for its love of technology and innovation and is home to many of the world's largest technology companies, including Samsung, LG, and Hyundai. South Korea has one of the lowest obesity rates in the world due in part to its healthy cuisine and active lifestyle. The Korean alphabet, known as Hangul, was invented in the 15th century and is considered to be one of the most efficient and logical writing systems in the world. My guests today are two South Korean gentlemen called SeongWon and Donghoon. SeongWon has lived in Korea, England, Philippines, India, Singapore, and Nepal. Donghoon has been around a lot as well. So today we're going to talk about Korean culture and interesting traditions within the country. Enjoy. Could you guys please introduce yourselves?
Okay, let me go first. My name is Donghoon. I'm from Korea. I lived in Seoul for my whole life. I'm currently studying at Hanyang University Business School. And I've also traveled to a lot of countries in Europe, in Asian, in Middle East. And I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, my turn. Oh, yeah. My name is SeongWon and I'm fourth year here in Hanyang University. I've lived in many other countries together with my whole family, four of us. First country was UK, and I don't really remember the what do you call this, the 순서. Like,
Order.
the order of the countries I lived in.
Yeah.
But I lived in India, Nepal, Philippines, and Singapore. Yeah. Nepal was a good place.
Yeah.
Nice to see all of you.
All right. So since you've been to so many countries, what would you identify with most as what nationality? Would you say you're Korean, or are you more like any other culture you've seen?
I can't say I'm Korean.
Yeah.
Because after when I reached 18 years old or 19, I lived here in Korea.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Now, speaking of age, I read that the age here works differently. So could one of you explain how that works?
Okay, let me explain. So, when you're born in Korea, your age is 1 year old.
When you're born.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I heard that in the rest of the world, it's 0 years old. 0 year old, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And we count birth when you're in your mom's belly. So that's 0 year old for us. So we are like 1 year older. We have a 1 year older system. For example, I was born in 2000. For international age, I would be considered 23. But in Korean age, I would be considered 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really confusing. But the funny thing is that this president, the president now of South Korea, he changed the rule. So starting from June, we all are gonna have international age.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, crazy. I didn't know that's going to change.
Yeah, it will change. So I'm going to be a year old younger.
Okay. I read there's also a thing called, do I pronounce this right, Doljabi?
Yeah, Doljabi.
What's that? Can you explain?
Do you want to explain?
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead. Wait. Oh, Doljabi is like when a baby reaches 100 days old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like in these kind of table, you put like strings, pencil, microphone, money, and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that which like symbolizes profession,
Okay.
or sometimes like string, like longevity. How
Okay.
you live a long life, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like if you grab the strands,
Yeah.
like this guy or girl will live long, or like grab money, oh you'll get rich, like that.
Yeah.
They just give some meaning to the what they hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Doljabi. That is Doljabi, and Doljabi is done in Dol. Yeah, at the Dol
What
Dol
does that mean?
festival. Yeah.
Oh, that's a festival.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
like a feast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just explain a little more,
Go
because
ahead.
like in medieval times we didn't have good medical situation.
Mhm.
So like babies had hard time getting past 100 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to die a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. The mortality of infant was high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is why we have that kind of tradition.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we gather all our family, have
Mhm.
really nice food, and have a really big festival. It's similar to like wedding. You gather all your family, you book a really nice place.
Really?
Yeah, we
Okay.
do, and we celebrate.
Mhm.
It's the baby's 100 days old, and we also have really good food, and we also have doljabi there indoors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So one thing I noticed when I got here, the beauty standard seems to be quite different from European standards. So one thing I noticed that in terms of like makeup, women try to really look as white as possible. Can you do you know where that comes from?
Probably since ancient times,
Yeah.
people wanted to look white.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Okay.
it is like, according to studies, people are likely to have more better feelings for people who have white skin,
Okay.
yeah, fairer skin.
Yeah. Okay. And plastic surgery seems to be a big thing here as well.
Yeah.
What would you say is like the thing that people do the most?
Definitely double eyelids.
What's that?
As you can see, I have a single eyelid. You have a
Okay.
double eyelid.
Single.
He has a single eyelid.
Okay.
So Korean people love double eyelids, especially girls. So
Yeah.
many girls, when they become an adult,
Yeah.
they turn 20, they go to a plastic surgery place.
Mm.
They get double eyelids a lot of times, and there are a lot of like other plastic surgeries as well.
Mhm.
People have a strong beauty standard,
Mhm.
and they want to reach it.
Mhm.
I think, yeah, they do plastic surgery a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But double eyelid, does that mean like you separate the one that you have, or how does that work?
I'm not sure how it works, but
Yeah.
I think it does. It's what you mentioned. You
Yeah.
separate the one you have. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then one thing I noticed that I haven't seen is Koreans with beards. Does that even exist?
Like people who's got beards, like yours,
Mm-hmm.
they might grow, but our beards are not really.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you-
it doesn't look great when it's because it looks only here like that.
So like a mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've talked to a lot of girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them what do you think about beard? They would say they'll never date a guy with a beard.
Really?
Yeah, many of my friends, female friends. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, in Europe it's a lot. Now, how do Korean names work? Joshua, I think you mentioned that siblings often have similar names. Is that right?
Well, that was the case before, but nowadays they just make any names for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some families still use similar names for siblings.
Yeah.
But in case sister and brother, they usually have different names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are they based on?
They're based on like Chinese characters.
Yeah.
So we have 3 syllables.
Uh-huh.
My name is Donghoon. Is my Lee is my surname.
Yeah.
Like last name, and Donghoon is my first name.
Uh-huh.
Dong means the east.
Uh-huh.
Hun means have a really big work done.
Uh-huh.
So it means like I'll probably do like a really big work done in the east. That what
Okay.
most means. Every most Korean names have the Chinese characters,
Mm-hmm.
and we usually with siblings we share at least one of our first name. For example, my brother's name is Seongwon. My
Okay.
my name is Donghoon Seongwon. So we share the Hun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do share our name with our siblings
Okay.
like that.
And Joshua, what's your brother's name?
My brother's name is Jaewon. Yeah.
Okay.
And my name is SeongWon, so we share one.
Okay. And now I've already said it. So like your European name in that sense is like Joshua. How does that like come from your Korean name?
No, it's actually like I just made it for myself. I mean, not really. He's my friend who just made it for me. I think. Yeah, I quite don't really remember, but it like JSW, right? The
Mhm.
syllables, the
Yeah.
initial of my name. So it's like just add some vowel inside, and you can just make it Joshua. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So can you more or less just choose freely what your like European name in that sense is,
Oh.
or is it always like that you base it like on
No,
the consonants? Yeah.
Like English names, you just make it freely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Now living in Korea. So as a student, would you live like in an apartment, or would you still live with your parents, or like how affordable is it to move out as a student?
You can't move out if you want to live in Seoul.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go like deeper into suburb area.
Yeah.
If you want to live in Riverside, you cannot. Oh,
Is it
Have your
too
own house.
expensive?
very expensive.
Yeah.
Unless your parents are very rich and can afford to buy you one.
Okay. I read that there's a special concept here called Jeonse. Could you explain what that is?
Okay. So Jeonse in Korea is like you pay. So you usually, if you rent a room, you pay deposit and then monthly payment, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works. If you pay a lot of deposit, you'll pay less monthly fee.
Yeah.
That's the how system works. But in Korea, there's something called Jeonse, which is 0 monthly fee and a lot of deposit.
Okay.
So, I would say like a nice apartment. If you don't want to pay a monthly fee, you put a lot of deposit,
Mm-hmm.
gigantic deposit, and it's called Jeonse. That's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't pay rent at all?
Yeah, we don't.
For how long? Like, is that like for a year? The deposit? or-
Usually it's 2 years, 1 year or 2 years. That's
Yeah.
how we sign the contract.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the whole point of it. We rather borrow money from the bank.
Yeah.
And then pay interest rate to the bank, and then like
Okay.
pay.
But since it's a deposit, do you get it back?
Yeah, we do get it back.
The whole thing?
Yeah, we do get the whole thing back.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like the house owner,
Yeah.
the landlord probably will use that money and then put it in a bank
Mm.
or get the interest rate from that money.
Yeah.
Instead of the monthly fee from the
Okay.
the
So you can just pay a huge deposit and then live in there for a year or two, whatever.
yeah.
And when you get out, you will get the whole deposit back.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only money you actually spend is like the interest on the bank loan if you get it from a bank.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. Now, one thing that's big here is genealogy. Could you elaborate what genealogy is?
It's called 족보.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Europeans also has genealogy. You know your great grandfather's name.
No,
No.
not that far back.
You don't have like a book.
I mean, sure. I know, like, so I know I met him, my great grandfather, but I don't really know what happened before.
Like, but in case of like the nobility in Europe, they do have genealogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
So what is genealogy? Just like the study of the ancestors?
Probably you can say that too, but if you say 족보, it's probably a book.
Mhm.
Yeah, list of your ancestors.
Yeah. Okay. So like a family tree.
Oh, you're right, family tree.
Okay.
But there are dark side about that.
Please share.
Cause 족보 in Korea is not. I mean, some might be trusted, but not all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be just easily made,
Mm-hmm.
forged, right? You can just buy that from someone.
Yeah. So what happened is we all kept of our blood.
Mhm.
We kept a record of our ancestors' names. And then we have a gigantic book.
Mhm.
But back in the days when Korea was Joseon dynasty, like
Mhm.
over like 100, 200 years old, there was ranking 계급?
Hierarchy.
Yeah, hierarchy.
Yeah.
So like there were slaves.
Mhm.
There were like normal people.
Yeah.
There were like
Also the
higher-
classes. Like,
yeah, there were
yeah.
classes in the people.
Yeah.
And at the end of Joseon dynasty, the system was really corrupt. So people
Okay.
wanted to people who are in the lower class,
Mhm.
who earned a lot of money,
Yeah.
who worked hard, learned a lot of money, would buy would give money and then buy
Like you
a
had a
higher
better class.
yeah, better class book, and then put their name on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's one thing. And also like during the Japan invasion,
Yeah.
the place was burnt down. A place where they hold the books.
Oh.
Yeah,
Really?
so like
Okay.
it changed everything. So
Yeah.
most people in Korea wouldn't like really believe in
Mhm.
because it's not really like trustworthy because
Mhm.
it probably would have changed during those kind of events.
Mhm. But what kind of benefits would you like get if you have, let's say, a higher class ancestor? Do you
Nothing.
have any benefits?
Nothing.
Or did it used to be somehow?
Well, like in medieval times, you had privileges. You won't pay tax if you're yangban, which is like the noble.
Mm.
But
Okay.
not anything nowadays.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's just one thing I remember you mentioned that one of your ancestors was like a high rank in the military, and now you have like access to a market or something.
Oh, it's not ancestor. It's my grandfather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he served in the military for probably 30 years or something.
Okay.
He was a high ranking person.
What's the rank?
Oh, 2-star.
Wow.
2-star
It's
general.
it's not that big.
But
It's
I mean,
big.
general seems not low.
No. I mean, like, but because my grandfather was like a lieutenant,
Mhm.
just one diamond.
Mhm.
When he served in the Korean War,
Mm.
like most of his 동기,
Yeah.
like same line, would just become general because they got many medals.
Okay.
And if you survived the war, it's guaranteed at the time.
Okay.
That's why you
What?
you had some privilege during your army.
No.
Okay.
I never told him
Oh, really?
about it.
Oh, okay.
My dad told him not to.
Really?
Told me not to.
Okay.
Because even my dad didn't
Oh, okay.
do that.
Ah,
Okay. Okay. Would you be treated differently?
Oh,
Like if they knew that your grandfather was a
Prob-
general?
Definitely.
But my grandfathers passed away, so yeah, it's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about like greetings. how would you greet, like, let's say between friends? How do you greet each other? Do you shake hands or do you bow?
Yo.
Yeah, we just say.
Yeah, I like
It's
that.
a wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about bowing? Does that like have to do with if you speak to someone older than you, for example?
Somebody older than you or somebody not really close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how deep do you bow? Is it like just a nod, or do you actually like go down like 45 degrees or something?
I would go 90 degrees for the president or like the ministers, but 45 degrees is enough for your boss, and
Yeah.
probably like a 15 degrees nod like this is
Yeah.
enough for somebody not close with you or somebody older than you.
Okay. And handshakes, is that everything?
You could do handshakes, but it's not really a thing in Korea, right? Yeah.
Okay.
You don't do that much.
Okay. Let's talk about work ethic in Korea. So I've talked to now a bunch of different nationalities, and I found out, like, for example, in Singapore, I think you know her too, Carissa. Remember when she told us that when she was in school, she was always like pressured and she had to deliver, and it was kind of a rat race atmosphere. And then I talked to now people from Denmark and Sweden and Finland, and there it's very encouraged to like take gap years after, for example, high school. You take 1 or 2 years off, and it's encouraged to just do what you want. And school is made like this, so you like mature as a person and enjoy your life, and you get a lot of time off to really enjoy like being young. What's it like here in Korea? Like, are you rather like you gotta work, you gotta deliver all the time, or is it like you can chill, take gap years? What would you say?
I would say it depends on which company you work for, but like I think 90% of Korean companies, it's like really stressful.
Okay.
I've talked to a lot of like, for example, my aunts and my uncles, my parents, they have a lot of stress at work. There's a lot. Most of the times, if you work in a Korean company, you have to work usually overtime. So like, when you're supposed to go home at 6, you go home at like 9.
Really?
Yeah. So
Every day?
Not every day, but many times. It depends on the work, but majority, yeah, we do. So, for example, like your boss doesn't go home.
Yeah.
You can't go home.
Oh, so the boss is the first one to go home.
Yeah, you have to like look carefully.
He's still there.
Yeah. And then we have yagen, which is working late. Many times we have that. I'm still a student, so I'm not sure, but I heard it's really, really stressful. And like, for example, women, when they give birth, it's kind of not really easy to like, there's a lot of pressure because like she's gonna probably take a lot of
the
time
maternity leave.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of pressure for that as well, because like somebody else is gonna have to do her work.
So someone's gonna take over her job.
Yeah, I heard it's really stressful.
Yeah. Like, how many hours a week do you work here? I heard that there's actually discussion to augment it to 68 hours a week.
No, I think that is not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's over. The
That's
discussion
over
is
already?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't talk about that anymore.
So officially, I read that it's like around 40 hours a week, but you still get at least like around 12 hours of overtime every week. So that's still like around 50 something hours per week. And that's crazy if you compare it to Switzerland. We just saw like, I think it was 42 hours or something, but still so many people bitch about how much they have to work. And then you compare it to here, like that's really why I think you should travel and see the world, because when you see this, you get so much more grateful how easy we have it. But that's crazy. I found some different traditions and stuff that you guys do here, and I wanted to ask you if that stuff is true. So one of them is like the wedding traditions. Is it true that you can get paid to just attend a wedding, just to be there, even if you're not related to them?
하기 얼마? I do that. Yeah,
So please explain. What do you do then?
Just go like let's say the ceremony is starting at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time it takes 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Including the taking picture.
Mm-hmm.
So you go there like 30 to 40 minutes before, and you'll have to write your name. They'll give you the ticket then.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket to the buffet. Go in and get into the ceremony. Just sit down.
Yeah.
Probably you can just use your phone.
Okay.
And just watch YouTube the whole time, and like they'll call like, oh, like we are gonna take picture for the groom's friends, because I'm like the groom's friend.
Yeah.
So just go take picture and bye, go home.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So you go to eat, watch the ceremony, and take pictures.
Yeah, and get paid.
How much do you get paid?
Probably not that much. Like probably like $15.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's still nice considering you get a free meal with it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The meals are overall good because it's like hotel meals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, if you go, how many people are there paid? Like, is that just like 1 or 2 guys extra, or is it like 20 people?
Because I've been there lots of times, I know most of the guys there. So probably 10 to 15.
Really?
Yeah. At least 10.
But like in total, or like for the groom's friends, and then you have like the bride's friends?
I don't know about the bride's friend because they usually want women for the bride's friends. So I don't know about them.
So is that like a status thing? Just so the groom can be like, I have so many friends.
Yeah, like I kind of think like nowadays the marriage age for everybody is getting so high. So that's a problem. Like when you're 40, 50 years old and you marry at the time, like you won't have that much friend compared to when you're 20, 30, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that is one problem, I think.
Okay.
And your friends, even though your friends, they're busy working.
Yeah.
It might be not really easy.
Okay, but I just imagine it's gotta be weird, like 20 years after the wedding, and your kid asks you, "Who's this?"
Yeah. No, that is the guy. Yeah.
And what kind of wedding traditions do you have? I read one. Please correct me if I'm wrong. That it says, I don't know how you pronounce this. Pyebaek, maybe.
Piggyback, yeah.
Yeah, that the bride and groom perform a deep bow to the parents. And afterwards, the family members throw chestnuts at the bride, who has to catch them, and the number of chestnuts she actually catches is correlated with the number of children that they will have. Is that a thing? Have you seen that ever?
You know Pyebaek?
Not sure about it.
I know a little bit about it.
Go ahead.
Oh, Pyebaek is like a bachelor present, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the bride and the groom's family will exchange.
So it's just a gift exchange?
Think so. I haven't really seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I've been to lots of ceremonies, so I know. But it's most of the time.
Yeah.
Then after the whole ceremony, the wedding ceremony is over.
Mm-hmm.
The whole family, the groom and the bride's family, go into the Pyebaek room, the Pyebaek ship, and they like the bride and the groom just bow down to their parents, and exchange gift afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I found another one with piggyback rides. That it's apparently after the Pyebaek ceremony that the groom has to carry the bride around just to show like he can support her. Is that a thing? Or have you never seen it?
I've never seen it, but probably Donghoon knows. I don't know.
I've kind of heard about it.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it. I'm going to actually a wedding tomorrow.
Yeah.
My cousin's gonna get married, so
okay, nice.
I'll see.
You'll see who carries her around.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I found some superstitions. For example, so in Europe, the number 13 is considered unlucky. So oftentimes they don't have like a 13th floor. It goes like from 12 to 14, or the 13th will just be like a storage room or something. And I read that here, that's the same thing with number 4.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It is. So number 4 means in Chinese characters. In Korea, it's called numcha,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So 4 means death in Chinese terms.
Okay.
So in Korea we use a lot of Chinese terms.
Mm-hmm.
So like death means in Korea the word is 사망.
Mm-hmm.
Sa means death. So we don't like to use number 4 that much. Same thing. We don't put number 4 on buildings sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
There's often times like 1, 2, 3, 5th floor.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't really like number 4, but
Is it also then with like 14 and like 24 or not? Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I read that sometimes just instead of a 4, just the letter F
Yeah.
will be there.
Yeah. I've seen it number 4 like that on buildings, but not much. Nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, I heard that like the 13th Friday.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah.
it's
That's an unlucky day.
Yeah, unlucky day. But in Korea, other than buildings, I've never seen like 4 getting
Like
not
no.
used. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then another thing I found that you don't write people's names with red ink. Huh, what is that? Where's that from?
So I remember when I was a really young child, we learned how to write, right? I think first thing I learned to write is my name. And we have different colorful pens, right? When we're like a really small child. But the first time I used a red pen to write, my parents got really angry at me.
Really?
Yeah, and then said you shouldn't write your name in a red pen.
Okay.
Because that's either writing a person who died.
Okay.
You write it red, or I also heard that only the king.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, when Korea was Joseon Dynasty, only the king could write his name in red.
Okay.
So it's not like allowed. If you see somebody writing red with red pen, their names, you can't see at all. Nobody's gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that like also like that's unlucky if you do this?
It's more than unlucky. It's like kind of prohibited, like kind of bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I did, it's first time hearing about the kings name.
Yeah.
But I think it's legit because red in Korea was like the color of the kings.
Okay. Okay.
The dresses they wore is red, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so true.
And what's it like with tips? Do you give tips?
Like no tips in Korea. Yeah, no tips.
Is that considered rude, or do you just don't do it?
I mean, you can tip somebody in restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the servers. Yeah, they would love it, but it's unlike America, it's not mandatory here.
Yeah.
It's free will.
For my whole life, I've never tipped in Korea.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, me neither so far. I mean, I've only been here 3 months. But never seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's kind of
go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward to tip. Like, for example, when I traveled to Europe, it was kind of really awkward. Like, tip. I think it must be included in the bill.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but it's different.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Where have you been to in Europe?
UK, France, Switzerland.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, Germany,
Uh-huh.
Spain, and Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a lot of countries.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, in Europe it is definitely different. I mean, it's not as bad as in America, because when I've been there, they will even come after you and be like, "Where's my tip?"
Oh.
They really expect it. But in Europe, it's usually just you give as much, or at least in Switzerland, you give as much as you believe is appropriate. So if the service was like very good or exceptional, then you would give more, and otherwise you just give like a small tip if it was just okay. But yeah, definitely different. Let's talk about food. What would you say is like a classic Korean dish?
제육볶음. 제육볶음 김치.
Yeah. Have you tried it? 제육볶음?
Maybe describe it to me.
He's tried it.
You tried it?
I know.
What is it?
The pork. It's fried pork with.
Also, just basically barbecue.
No, not that, but a pork fried with 그 고추장.
Yeah.
Pepper paste, red pepper paste.
Okay. And so one thing I also noticed that's very different. In Europe, you always get like one plate, and that's just your meal. But here it's a lot more that you get like a main
Side
dish in the
dishes.
middle, and then you have many other small ones
Yes.
that you mix.
Side dish culture.
You can just show me or send it to me, and I'll put it up on the screen.
Oh,
Ah, okay.
Okay.
good
But
idea.
yeah, I've had that
Yeah,
before.
this is what it looks like. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Now, when eating, what kind of like customs do you have? For example, with like when you pour a drink, how does that work?
So you pour your drink. For example, let's say there's four people on the table.
Yeah.
The most youngest
Mhm.
person has to set the table, put the chopsticks, and give them water. And then, for example, let's say we have a beer together or a soju together.
Yeah.
The youngest will probably, with two hands, pour soju to the oldest people first.
Yeah.
By age. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it works.
And is that with even if it's just like between 20 and 25-year-olds on the table, or is it like only with, let's say, 20 years age difference?
Yeah, even with 20 and 25. If we're like super close with it, like I knew them like for like over a year.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But even in like when you're 20s, you do that.
Okay.
as well.
So you pour with both hands and you receive with both hands too.
Yeah, we do. We do pour with both hands, but
Yeah.
receive, we don't. If I have to respect that people, if I've seen them seen that guy for the first time,
Yeah.
I'd probably use two hands.
Yeah.
But if I'm new to that, if I know that people well,
Yeah.
if I'm close to that person,
Then
I
it's
just
just one.
yeah. One hand.
Okay. All right. So it's really just a respectful thing that you do with especially strangers and older people.
Yeah,
But the closer you are, the more laid back it is.
So when you first meet a person, your first thing that you ask is like, "What's your name? What's your MBTI? What's your age?"
국룰.
Yeah,
MBTI, that's like the personality test.
yeah,
right?
that's true. In Korea, it's like crazy right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's into MBTI, but
Yeah.
So like, first thing that you know about that person is like their name and their age That's so like we know that if this guy is older than me or younger than me, that's like how we decide who pours.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. And then one thing I noticed here, it's a lot of food is either pretty fatty or sweet.
Oh.
And one thing that's just blown my mind is how pizza is sweet. There's so much sweet food, and it's just crazy how if you look around, I think I read that Koreans are have one of the least like lowest obesity rates of the entire world. So people are very thin on average here. But when you look, like every food has a lot of fat on it, like the meats, especially like Korean barbecue. Oftentimes it's just like fat with some meat on it. And the sweet drinks also.
Okay. I want to say something about that.
Go ahead.
First of all, for the obesity thing, I think Korean people care a lot about how other view you.
Okay.
So like we don't like try to stand out.
Yeah.
In Korea, like, and also like if we're like really close friends, if I get really fat, he's gonna probably point at me. Why are you fat?
Really?
Yeah. 살쪘어? 어, 했던데?
Well, like I could say that, like if you're close, like
Yeah.
What don't
we
you
do.
need, like,
Oh, yeah.
like-
And then like, oh, I should work on my diet.
Yeah.
That's like how it works. For example, if I get fat, my mother would say something at me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fat. You should lose some weight.
Yeah.
I think that's why, like it's how people view you is really important. I think it's really deep.
Yeah.
In Korean people's mind. So that's the reason there's not much obesity. And for the foods, we have a lot of healthy foods, but I think what you see is like the restaurants.
Yeah.
And then like we go out to eat. That's usually for like date with like family on a nice day. Like when we want to be like happy.
Yeah, for like celebration.
Yeah. I think that's the reason you feel like it's like food is like too much fat, too much.
He's so right. Yeah.
Yeah. Please correct me. Yeah.
Yeah, in Korea, if we eat at home, we have rice, kimchi.
Yeah.
Healthy.
We have like a lot of like fermented vegetables. Like a lot of our daily foods are really healthy.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
Yeah, I think that kind of food is kind of really hard to experience.
Yeah.
At a restaurant, and as a foreigner, that kind of food is kind of hard to experience.
Yeah. So you as Koreans, like on average, do you rather eat like, for example, dinners? Do you always go out, or do you always have it with your family, or a little both?
In my case, it's always with my family.
Yeah.
Yes. I try to eat at my home as much as possible.
Yeah.
It depends on people. Right?
Yeah. Okay. I just wondered because when you walk down the streets of Seoul, there's like every other building is a restaurant, and every restaurant seems to be always full. And sometimes I wonder like if they just always eat out. But I mean, you have to keep in mind that there's as many people in Seoul as in all of Switzerland, so it doesn't matter where you go. There's always going to be a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true. For me, I eat like every day. I eat out because I'm a college student. My home's pretty far from here.
Yeah.
It's 1 hour. Metro, yeah. So I eat out all the time, but for example, like my brother, my mother, my dad eats at home.
Yeah.
Except for lunch, breakfast at home, dinner at home.
Okay.
Yeah. Like once a week, we go out for eat.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Okay. Now I got a question with I heard that in Asia it's inappropriate to put your chopsticks straight up into the rice. Is that a thing here in Korea too?
Yeah, that's not allowed.
You won't do that.
Yeah.
And that is also from the Wolverine.
From the Wolverine?
Yeah, the Wolverine movie.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
There's a scene there.
Oh wow.
Oh, you guys don't know.
I mean, I've seen it, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay, but is that like also a sign of like bad luck, or just because you don't?
Bad luck? I don't know about that. How?
That-
you know.
In Korea, like we have something called 제사.
Mhm.
So when people die, we have like a death ceremony.
A funeral?
Yeah, funeral.
Yeah.
And then like a year later, we have 제사.
Oh, okay.
Every year we have 제사.
Okay.
So like for example, like on every like for example, a certain day we have 제사. On 제사 we have like a table, have a lot of foods, and then we put our chopsticks, like
Straight.
straight.
Straight up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if I put that like that, it means like food for the dead people.
Oh.
So that's why we don't do.
So you would only do this like in this circumstance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that is why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my family is Christian.
Oh,
we don't
really?
do 제사, so we don't know.
Okay.
Oh, is that a certain religion?
No. It's
Like,
like
traditional Korean Confucianism.
Ah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Christians don't do that really, so
Yeah.
we don't know. But
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Now, so I have a question, and please don't take this the wrong way. Has any of you ever eaten dogs?
I did once.
Yeah.
Me too.
Like I read that it's still a common thing. Like, do you often see this? Because I've never seen it in like any restaurant.
Probably for MZs, not really common thing, right? Yeah. Or older people. 50 or more.
Okay.
They would still eat, but not us.
And then how did you eat it? Like, was it like in a steak kind of form, or how
Soup.
do you even eat it?
It's always soup. It's called 보신탕.
Okay. And how was it, if I may ask?
Same. It feels like chicken.
We have dog restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
dog meat restaurants, but it's not as popular as like other restaurants. But
Yeah.
it's like
But it does exist.
yeah, once it does exist, and some people do enjoy eating there.
Mhm.
My family has a dog. My family wouldn't eat
Yeah.
it, but like when I was like really young child, I ate it. I
Mhm.
didn't know that it was a dog soup, but I ate it.
Mm.
But like
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
the same, it tastes the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it also a surprise for you?
Yeah, it was a surprise for me too. Well, it's always the same. I think. I asked some of my friends; they're the same too.
Yeah.
It's the same way.
Okay. Now, one thing that interests me. Let's talk about the Korean military.
Oh.
Is that a military shirt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What does Woka mean?
Republic of Korea Army.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, military service here is how long?
It's different. We're different.
Yeah.
Or usually, like, how long should you go?
Nowadays, year and a half,
A year and a half.
so 18 months.
And is that mandatory for every man?
Yeah, it is.
And when can you go? Is it like at 18 you have to go, or do you also have like a time span of like 10 years where you can just go and do it?
We do have a time span.
Yeah.
But most of the people go early,
Mhm.
like in like for example 20 or 21.
Mhm.
That's like the average. But you have time span until like 20 to 26, I guess.
Mhm.
And then if you have like a certain, like a job, or like if you're in a school, you can like
Postpone.
postpone
Yeah.
the date. Like I heard that's the way BTS did it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
BTS?
yeah,
What-
BTS they postponed their service. They
Uh-huh.
went,
Okay.
I think they're like 30.
32 is the limit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's a
32.
maximum
Okay,
limit that you can postpone.
Yeah.
But when you reach that, they're gonna drag you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you know you're about to go to the military, how do you feel? Is that something like, are you scared to go, or are you excited to go, or are you just, I guess I just have to get it over with? What's like the mindset before the military?
In my case, I was like, get it over with. How about you?
I had a girlfriend back then.
Yeah.
I knew that I couldn't come out for a really long time, so it was like so sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I got a buzz cut.
Yeah.
Also sad. So sad, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But so how often can you go home? Because for example, in Switzerland, you can go home every weekend.
Ooh.
Usually, it's just during COVID, we had sometimes like 6 to 8 weeks we can go home. But
Yeah.
what's it like in
So
Korea?
개꿀. I just say 개꿀, which means it's so honey.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh.
No offense, bro.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you can't go home like at all, or do you have like just some days, maybe like holiday or something?
부대 by 부대, right?
Yeah, it's the first by which troop you're in. For example, like Air Force,
Mhm.
they can come out like every month,
Okay.
but
For how long?
for like a day or two
Okay.
every month. But
Yeah.
for me,
You
I
go-
was during the
Army.
COVID times. I got out of like after 7 months.
The first time
Yeah,
after
so,
7 months.
Yeah, COVID. They don't want you to contact
Yeah.
people outside. That's why.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, that was hard.
Yeah,
Harder
that was
than me.
hard.
Yeah.
That drive me crazy. For like 18 months, I got out 2 times.
Okay.
That really sucked. But
Wow.
nowadays it's like for the average like 3 months you
Mhm.
get like
Mhm.
a couple of days out, 3 days out.
Okay. So in total, like over the 18 months, how long did you get off? Like 3 weeks?
연가.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah, 연가 is like the days off you get
Mm-hmm.
like basic.
Yeah.
It's like 27 days,
Really?
28 days, something like that.
You know, that's just so crazy. If I think back to my time when I was in the military, and I remember how I was a lieutenant already by the time we were COVID hit.
Mm.
So when we got the message we couldn't go home for another week, So instead of going home after 5 days, it's after 2 weeks. And I remember how my soldiers were all like, no, and there was such a crisis going on, and I had to really like see that they don't get depressed and stuff, you know. And then I hear you guys talking about you can't go home for 7 months. That's insane. Like how is it mentally? Does it feel kind of like a prison or?
Not good, not good.
Not good.
After my 신병 위로 휴가, which is like the first holiday you get, it was only like 5 days, I think. When I was going back to my barracks, oh my god, I cried the whole way.
Really?
On the bus.
Yeah.
I can't stop crying. I don't know why.
Okay.
I know why, but
yeah. Okay.
It felt like 그 도축자에 끌려가는 like a cattle going into the slaughterhouse.
Oh wow. Okay. That doesn't sound so happy. So, but what is it like in the military that makes it bad? Just that you can't go home, or is like also the instruction and the time in the military like very difficult?
I think number one is the culture there. So like for example, let's say I entered the military in 1 month before than you, and you are a higher ranking then you obviously become a higher ranking than me, and then you can order me anything like bring me some water.
Yeah, so I can just order you around.
Yeah. But in like 24 hours every day you can do that.
Okay.
So like there's somebody always that is a higher ranking than you.
Yeah.
Right? And you can always like order around. That drives you crazy actually.
So do the people actually like abuse their power and order you for like stupid stuff?
Yeah. More than stupid stuff. Like back then they hit you.
Really?
Yeah. There's like sexually assault you.
Wow.
When I was there were that little bit, but it's getting away.
It's getting better?
It's getting better, but there's still those kind of things that drives you crazy.
Oh. Okay. Well, that sounds insane. But like, how could they hit you? Like when you say hit you, in like terms of like an exercise that's hard and like to make it more difficult, or just whenever they want you, they can come and bitch slap you?
Bitch slap?
Yeah, bitch.
Not nowadays.
Nowadays it's
not
better, much better. Yeah.
If you do that, you're gonna get jail. Really?
Really?
Yeah.
But
even at the time, how are yours?
But my troop was like really bad in that term.
How? Because his barracks, his place is near Seoul, which is not in front line.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Hubang.
Okay.
Behind the front line, back there.
Yeah.
It's not really a good. It's not really clean place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
So what do you mean, like the
culture-wise, it's not clean. It's not good.
Okay.
But like frontline, the troops get stressed so easily. There are so many shootings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like accidents. So many suicides, more than the back. So
really.
Yeah, like they really focus so much on frontline.
Yeah.
Better logistics.
Yeah.
Better things. Better bottles, whatever.
Yeah.
Better barracks and better culture.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the case of the front line. I was in front line, so.
Okay, so the front, when you say front line, I assume to North Korea?
Yeah.
No.
Near
Okay.
DMZ.
Near the DMZ. Okay, and like how scared do you have to be there that actually shit is going down because you're actually at the front line?
No, you don't feel anything. Yeah, I didn't go to GOP. GOP means the DMZ line.
Yeah.
I didn't go there. I was near there. Like I was like a artillery squad back there.
Yeah.
So it's not we don't go to the mountains and protect the GOP. But I've heard some stories from the GOP friends.
Yeah.
It's quite stressful.
You
You have to stand there for like 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
Your shift is like 6 hours.
And you just stand guard, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see the North Korea. You might get scared there, but in my case, I don't see the North Koreans in us. I wasn't even scared at all.
What are like the conditions? Let's say for just a basic day, you like just let's talk about the sleeping condition.
Yeah.
Do you have like normal beds, or what does like a bed look like in the military?
Nowadays it's getting much better.
Yeah.
I had a tiny bed for myself,
Uh-huh.
but I think back in the days like a couple of years ago, we have we step on the floor basically.
Yeah.
We have like a
On the floor?
blanket. Yeah.
Do you have like just a thin mattress or nothing?
Yeah. Thin mattress.
Yeah, thin mattress
Okay.
like this. 3. You can put it like that. Yeah.
Really? Okay. And how many people sleep in one room?
Our case was like 10.
Yeah.
Ours was 침상.
Mm.
Ours was like the floor
Yeah,
type
floor.
of bed, but still 10 people in our room.
And how's like the air conditioning? Is it like hot and gross in there because of everybody sweating and
No, it was
disgusting,
good.
or
Yeah.
is
Air-
that
Yeah, it's
that
like
good?
18 Celsius degree the whole
Okay.
summer.
Air conditioning.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's-
it was good.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, so yeah, in the Swiss military we had that depended on what kind of instruction you're in. Like in boot camp, we had like rooms of 12 to 16 people, but with normal beds, I mean, don't get me wrong, they weren't fancy beds. It was just a bed, and you had like your little closet where you can put your shit in, and you had to have it in perfect order at all times. And the higher in rank you go, the less people are in your room. So, like for example, the sergeants, they had I think 6 beds in their room,
Oh.
and when I was a lieutenant, it was just 2 people.
Whoa.
So that was luxury. Really. That was very nice because in the officer school we had I think it was 10 or 12 beds, and the problem then is just that everybody snores, you know, and you can't sleep. So I always used to sleep with it's called the palmia. That's the ear protection you wear when you're shooting. So I always slept with that thing on.
황동면. You should wear the gas mask if you snore too much. We did that.
Really?
Yeah, it is. You're not allowed to do that actually, but
Yeah.
the senpais made us do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how much? So wait, let's talk about what was like your function in the military?
I'm 행정병, which is administration.
Administration.
The computer boy.
Yeah.
Plus,
So in an office basically.
plus logistics was MTCS, so I had to double.
Yeah. And you?
I was also the same. I
Also a computer boy.
행정병?
yeah, computer. But here's the
인사?
thing. Yeah, insa.
그다음
Like human resources.
Okay.
인사과?
No, I was in 인사평.
Okay.
But in Korea, there's like university rankings, and not like in army. When you go to like a higher university, they'll drag you to like do a computer stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something called 학벌 in Korea, which is like a university ranking.
Yeah.
If you're like if you go to university in Seoul,
Yeah,
they'll probably drag you.
they will put you in an office.
Yeah, put you in office.
Okay.
Like they'll probably think you're smart.
Yeah. Okay. And Switzerland, we had a similar thing with the chefs.
Oh, really?
Everybody who's a chef in civil, they would have to go into the kitchen. And
Wow.
That is okay.
So, but I
That is
mean,
okay.
yeah, but some still, on purpose, they didn't say it that they were chefs, so they could have like the normal military experience. Okay. So did you have still, even if you were like office boys, did you still have some like field instruction, like actually running around in mud and
Drills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Drills.
Oh, I think 행정병, the computer boy, do more work.
Really?
Yeah. Because everybody thinks like a stereotype. 선입견.
Yeah, stereotype.
Yeah, stereotype that computer boy is like always, is like 꿀빨 잡으시면 싹 하니, which is like have easier time. That's not true.
Yeah.
We have work to do. Plus we have to do the
drills.
drills.
Okay. And what do they look like? Do you actually, like, I was in the infantry, so we had infantry-related drills, like actually in the field and in some buildings and stuff. But for example, the drivers or the logistics, they would have different kinds of like drills. So what kind of drills did you guys have? Did you run like in a building, or what kind of stuff did you do?
Drills? Donghoon, you didn't do much drills.
For me, there was I was in a logistics troop.
보급부대.
Yeah. So, when the war happens, we like assume that the war happens when the drills. There's gonna be a lot of people coming to our troop, so we have drills where we put like guns, we put foods, we place them in certain area, and then we bring them. We like carry stuff.
Yeah,
that's our drill.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. Logistics is extremely important in a war situation. That really has to work.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Now, what did you also have like marches or just where you had to walk a lot? Stuff like this?
20 kilometers march.
20.
Yeah.
For me, it was like 30-kilogram bag, 30-kilometer walk.
Oh,
Okay.
30? Oh,
Whole night.
that's hard.
Oof.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay. Now, do you have like any crazy military stories? Like anything?
I do have.
No.
You
Please
don't
share.
want to talk to
No.
Go ahead.
crazy military stuff. There's so many. Actually, for me, like, I'll start from the start. Boot camp was easy. Yeah, boot camp was easy because everybody's your friend.
Yeah.
You don't have to you don't have to really care about your senpais.
Yeah, higher rankings.
Yeah, higher ranking.
Senpai means just...
Sonbei, which means superior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fubei is junior. So you don't really have to care about them.
Yeah.
You just do what the instructors say. It's just easy. But when you get to your chade, which is your barracks, your battalion, things get hard. You have to learn things, and they want you to learn it like within 1 week and do everything. And that is hard, especially insage. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Like insage is like the. Insage is the sole purpose of our computer boy is kind of like getting the holidays.
Yeah.
그 휴가. The days off. We just ask everybody and like when is your holiday, things like that, and we give it to our quartermaster surgeon, and we get 결제. What is 결제 in English?
Like signature.
Yeah, we get checked by the the superiors. Yeah, stuff like that. That's it. I mean, but these like the basic stuff. But if I want to say the crazy stuff, there are some.
Go ahead.
My sasu, my logistics side sasu. I mean, it's not actually sasu because
English and older,
like the
high ranking.
Yeah, like the superior.
Yeah.
Sasu means the one who teach you your work.
Okay.
But I just called him sasu. I just told him like the teacher thing, sasu, because he was my superior. But actually, he came to my 분과, my squad, the squad of computer boys. okay, because he was actually a driver, but he drove under the influence.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he was cut off from driver, and he came to our squad, and he became a logistic boy because I was like taking over the logistics boy and the computer boy, and the seat was basically empty, right? So he just took over. But I still have to work with him because he doesn't know stuff.
Yeah.
He became my superior anyway, right? The closest superior.
Yeah.
And this guy was kind of crazy. Now that I think about it, probably he's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you're in the same squad, like when you chomo. What is chomo?
I don't know.
like what do you do before you sleep? Like everybody will line up and.
Oh, you have like a ceremony or something?
Do you have that too?
We do have like, it's called the Obifa. It's just that where the superior will come and tell the soldiers what's going on the next day, what kind of stuff they have to pack, and stuff like this.
Just like that. Like when we line up, he will do stupid stuff to me and my juniors. Like pinch the nipples and
Really?
grab your private parts.
And that is allowed? What the fuck?
It's not allowed. But we won't talk
this.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't talk about it.
Secretly done.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would
That's
sometimes like
fucking
slap us like in the face
Yeah.
without any reasons. He was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But because we are in the same squad, we were we were victims for so long and it's too much.
Okay.
But the problem was he didn't do it to only our squad. It's done it to
Mm.
every juniors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can you like tell on him?
I didn't tell
Okay.
because I injured. Probably I should have told these superiors. I should have reported and gone to other battalion.
Yeah.
Because if that kind of thing happens, the two of the both victim
Mhm.
and the one who did it will go to other battalions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and go to probably this guy will go to Yeongchang, like the military prison.
Yeah.
No, it's not military prison. Yeongchang is like
Like,
it's not a prison. But it's like where you stay for a
Jail,
while. Yeah, like smaller jail.
Okay.
It will not be on record.
Okay.
Oh, well, this guy went to prison.
To real prison?
Yeah, real prison.
Okay.
3 years. He's
3 years.
Yeah.
Because of this, or did he do something else?
Oh, because after I went out, after I came out from the army, he was sued. He was
Oh.
prosecuted.
Okay.
Yeah,
And is that like a military government kind of thing, like military prosecution, or is that civil?
Oh, I wish it was military prosecution, but it was
Yeah.
civil.
oh, really?
Military prosecution is so harsh.
Yeah.
If you like your 3 year service will go up to like 10 years.
No.
Yeah, it's harsh.
Okay, that's crazy.
The court martial.
Yeah.
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 But
In Switzerland, that's very different. I mean, you can fuck up, of course, but then like the worst thing that usually happens. I mean, considering it's, let's say you didn't kill someone, it's just you did something stupid. You could go to jail, but like the worst that can happen is 10 days, and then it's not on your record. I mean, of course, if you like actually hurt someone badly or you like break something with like a very high value, then you might get actually prosecuted more. But usually, it's just up until 10 days.
Wow.
But that is just fight. Fight is kind of okay. We could
Yeah.
and just go for 10 days or something like that.
Really?
But sexual harassment it's almost unforgivable sin nowadays. Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Eh,
But this whole atmosphere is like if it gets a big issue,
Mhm.
everyone's gonna be so
Yeah.
tired. So
Yeah.
people are
It's just
trying to
keep it down.
keep it down.
no fuss.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like even the higher officers, they try to keep it down.
Okay. And that just reminds me of a similar story. I had one guy, so I was a sergeant at the time.
Yeah.
So a sergeant in the Swiss military means that you have like a group of about 8 people under your command.
Yeah.
And we had shooting exercises, which means we're in the Boxen, which is a Kurzdistanz, so it's like 25 meters shooting with the pistol.
Mm.
And we were then you have like the soldiers in a line shooting at the target, and I was behind them.
Yeah.
And I just give the orders, And then after this, in the evening, other soldiers from my group, they came to me and they said like, one of the guys said that he hears voices, that he has to shoot other people in those boxes. So I went immediately to my superior and I was like,
No.
let's kick him out. I mean, what the fuck? Because I mean, I was in the infantry and you can actually do a Waffellose service, which means like without a gun. So you can serve, but you do nothing with shooting.
Okay.
And so I said, we have to do at least this so he doesn't get in touch with guns. And then they were like, yeah, no, nothing happened. Let's leave it. And I was like, what the fuck? What kind of mindset is this? We just wait until he kills someone? That's not a good plan. And then later they actually came to me again, the soldiers, and they said that he wanted to fight like for fun in the soldiers' rooms. And then he was like, yeah, let's use the knives too. That's more fun.
Yeah.
And they came to me again and they told me that story. And they also said that it turned out that he was also bisexual and he would actually harass them in the showers. And that's obviously not okay. So I told them again and they were like, yeah, no, fuck it. And then we went again to shooting exercises. And that's with this knowledge I was giving the orders to shoot, but I still had to train him. So I was just the entire time I was standing right behind him, that if in case like he turns around, that I could tackle him and throw him on the ground. I mean, I wouldn't shoot him or anything. I would just tackle him and take the gun out of his hands. But thankfully, nothing ever happened. But then I went again to the commander straight away, and I told him like, we got to do something. And then after this, they actually took him out. They took everything away from him, all the materials, and he was stuck back in civil clothes, sent home out of the military. But it's just crazy how they even get in, because for example in the Swiss military, before you get in, you have to do a bunch of like psychological tests
Oh,
to make sure you're not crazy like that. You know, you don't have violent tendencies.
Yeah.
Even like sleepwalking
Yeah.
is already like a no-no.
Oh,
If you
really?
sleepwalk, you can't get in.
Oh.
Yeah, because it used to be the case that we had guns in like at the edge of your bed.
Yeah.
And that's why, because imagine like you wake up or you sleepwalk in the middle of the night and you do something stupid with the guns or knives laying around. So that's why it's not even allowed.
Oh, wow.
But I wonder how they even got past these. Do you have the same, like some psychological evaluation?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do, but 98% 징집률, like the conscription rate in Korea. 98%.
Then everybody gets through?
Yeah.
Okay.
If like unless you have serious illnesses, you'll get in.
Okay. And so generally in the military, do you get paid?
Yeah, we do.
How much do you
How
get?
much do you get paid?
My last payment was like 350,000, something like this. 360,000.
One.
360.
In dollars, it's like $300.
Yeah. 300.
For me, it got much better.
Yeah.
So I got about $500.
Per
month.
Per month. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And does it like differ with the rank?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
And policy is changing really quickly these days. The
Mhm.
president is trying to raise the payment.
Mhm.
So I think like in a couple of years, it's gonna raise until like $900 per month.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. We should.
Let's talk about the school system in Korea.
Mm.
Like, how does school work? How many like years of mandatory school do you have?
12 years.
12?
Oh, the mandatory is 9 years until middle school.
Okay. And like, how hard is it to get through?
For me, it was really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Until like elementary school, middle school, there was not much studying, but like especially in high school, I woke up like at 6
Okay.
and then study until like 11, 12.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's like all day of studying.
Oh, so you mean 11, 12 at night?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. So like, how long do you have school in a day? As in high school, like how old are you there? Like 15, 16, something like that?
Yeah, 16.
Uh-huh.
But that doesn't matter. The school time doesn't matter because in school nobody really pay attention to class. Everybody's studying on their own.
Really?
Yeah, at school. Yeah.
Okay. So one time we were in the city and like at 9 o'clock during the week we
Yeah.
saw kids
Yeah.
coming home from school,
Yeah.
and I heard that you have something like what's it called, free studying or something, just that
Yeah,
after
yeah.
class you
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
have to study at
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Free study, right?
Yeah, 자율학습. It's so after your most of the time school end at like 4,
Mm-hmm.
and after that either you go to a personal like a private tutor,
Mhm.
or you go to library,
Yeah.
or you can stay up at school to
Yeah.
study.
Okay.
And that's sometimes mandatory. It
Okay.
differs by which teacher you are with.
Yeah.
And you stay until like 9, 10 to study.
PM.
Yeah.
At what age does that start to study that long?
I think around 13.
Already at like
14,
13,
yeah.
you study all day every day.
Yeah. 13 definitely.
And like the weekends, can you chill or do you also study all day?
Study mostly, but you can chill sometimes.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because in Switzerland, when I think back in my day when I was in like middle school, high school and stuff, I mean, sure it was sometimes you had some stuff to do, but we never had to study that much.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And what kind of grade system do you have here? Like, do you also have A, B, C, D, E, F, or how do grades work?
Until like enter university, everything is competitive.
Okay.
So there's 1 to 9
Okay.
grade. Like
And-
top 4% gets grade 1.
So 1 is the best.
Yeah,
9 is
1
the
is the
worst.
best. Yeah.
Okay.
And then like I guess top 11% gets the 2. In top like 27% gets 3, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
So it's just comparative to the best one and compared to that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. So if you get 1 in English, mathematics, Korean, like science, if you get 1 to everything, every score, you'll go to a really high ranking university.
Yeah.
And if you get like a 2 in 1, you get below that. That's how it works.
Okay, so the grades really affect in what kind of universities you can get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard that in Europe, many countries, which university you attend to doesn't really matter at all. But in Korea, that's everything, I guess. My parents, my teachers, when I was in high school, middle school, always told me that you have to go to a higher university. That is Seoul National University, Jeonse, Korea.
Yeah.
And there's Hanyang.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a ranking of that.
Yeah.
So.
And that determines like what university you get in. So the ultimate goal, I assume, is just to get a good job.
Yeah, I think so. Like, there's much more opportunities in Korea, I guess, for the higher university rankings.
Yeah.
You get to choose your job. You have more options for your job.
Yeah.
You have like, for example, like options for exchange programs. Yeah, much better like faculties. Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. So in Switzerland, you can either do like the university route. So like after high school, you go to university, or what you can do is after. I'm not sure how you would compare to if that counts as middle school or high school. It's just when you're 16. That's the until then it's mandatory, and from then you can either go to it's called Gymnasium, which is kind of like high school, and then university, or you do an apprenticeship, which means like you learn a job, and that's usually some not necessarily manual labor, but it's you actually work in the job, and you have like 3-4 days or whatever of work, and the rest is school. And so what is it like in Korea? Does really everybody go like the university route, or is there like an alternative to that?
There is alternative, but most of the time it's like, I think 80% is university.
University.
20% people like start their own business. People work.
Okay.
Shiroke.
Yeah.
Shiroke is like probably like apprenticeship. No,
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar. Not
Okay.
same.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I read one thing that you have the standardized university entrance exam called
Soon.
that. Can you talk about this? What is this?
Did you took some?
I took once.
Okay.
Not good. Yeah, I am the Chopsticks, the not the easiest way to get in here. So
How?
제국민,
How? Wow.
What does that mean?
like for Koreans who stay abroad,
Okay.
there's a special entrance.
And so
Passage.
what do you have in that entrance exam? Is that like just general knowledge or like an IQ test kind of thing, or?
Suneung, you mean?
And my time was like, did you take
Yeah.
Suneung too?
All of Suneung.
Yeah.
Suneung is like one big exam for when all the people who are about to graduate high school. There's subject mathematics, English, Korean. You can either choose social studies or science. And there's like insanely hard questions. Like insanely like I think it's like unnecessary questions. I heard that native English speakers can't even solve the English questions
Really?
of Suneung. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't get everything right. So like you have to like memorize all the things given to you.
Yeah.
All the textbooks and all that. And that's the same if you get a high ranking.
Yeah.
For every subject, you go to a better university, and that one exam determines which university you go to.
Yeah.
So like all the exams before doesn't really determine which university you go to. So that one big exam is a really big one. It's like a national holiday for that day. People
Okay.
go to their job late. Like all day news is gonna talk about Suneung all
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
I also heard that they actually like they stop the traffic and even flights are like
Yeah, that's
grounded just for this period of the test. Is
Yeah.
that true?
So like some people might get disturbed by some
The noise.
the noise,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be like traffic. Even police officers,
Yeah.
when you're late for the exam,
Yeah.
you call the police, they'll pick you up.
Really?
Yeah.
The police will come pick you up.
Yeah, police
Okay.
are like ready for that event because the whole country will set to that event. Yeah,
Okay.
airplanes will stop during the period.
Yeah.
Because if it's noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might get disturbed. Yeah. And
Yeah.
how long is the test? Like, I mean, how many hours?
I remember it's 8 a.m. to like 2 p.m., 3 p.m.
Really?
Yeah.
This long, like 5 hours
Yeah. You eat lunch there even.
during the test, or do you
Yeah,
get like
you
a
pack.
break?
Yeah, you pack. You bring your lunch. Yeah.
Okay.
Bring
Crazy.
your break.
And I read, now I don't know, this might be bullshit, but I found that there are different kind of like candy and food that you give as a gift to someone who has to take the test. So you get like this sticky candy with like the thought of it's gonna stick in your mind, the knowledge, and you don't give like soup and stuff because that make the answers slip away.
Yeah.
Is that true? Have you ever heard of this?
Yeah. So, 연먹어라, do you know about the episode?
I don't know.
This is a hilarious episode. In Korea, there's something called yut, which is
Like
yut is like a middle
like
finger.
candy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened is a candy. In Korean subject exam, the country printed out the question, and then there was a small mistake of that article during the exam, and the article was about that candy, how to make that candy. It was like a really hard Korean exam.
Yeah.
People had to read it. There was a mistake, and then after the exam, they found out that there was a mistake in the exam. So everybody got super angry, super pissed.
Yeah.
All the students' parents. So they threw the candy to the government. They threw it away.
Okay.
Yeah. 엿 먹어라. Like eat yacht.
Oh.
They threw it away.
Yeah. 연모라 means
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like a curse word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That day, the yacht became the middle finger, and 엿 먹어라 became that term.
Really?
Yeah, that's the story behind it. So yeah, and then yacht also means sticky. So just in Suneung area, we give out yacht, like small, like a sticky candy, to our friends with a cacao messenger gift.
Yeah.
Thing.
Gifticles.
Yeah, gift candy. Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay. Nice. So I have a new thing I want to start with my episodes. That at the end I give like some quote or some advice, like a gold nugget. And so today's quote is, "Don't wait for something bad to happen to appreciate what you have." So with this, I just want to say, be grateful for what you have. Especially now that I live here and I have different living conditions, seeing the world, and you realize what you have as soon as you don't have it anymore, and especially with your family. So really appreciate what you have. Call your loved ones, because you don't know. Yeah. So thank you very much for taking the time. It was very interesting to learn about Korean culture.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Peace out.